What is up, beauties? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. It really means the world to me. But if you are new here, my name is Ashley Nicole Arias, and I thank you for stopping on by. So before I dive into today's video, I just wanted to give y'all a little update. I am currently taking a 7-day YouTube influence challenge hosted by Think Media. If you guys have not heard of Think Media, you should definitely check out their channel. They have a bunch of tips and tricks on how best to expand your social media horizons. I found their channel a few weeks ago, and it has been such an excellent resource for me to gather tools and tricks necessary to jumpstart my channel. I am so excited to be a part of this challenge so that I can further grow and expand my social media influence and spread the love even further to more lovely peeps out there just like me. I will undoubtedly be experiencing some more growth, discomfort, challenges, and expansion of my comfort zone over the next week, and I expect that my channel and its contents will be going through some similar positive changes. Anywho, on to today's topic. So today I wanted to talk to y'all about leaning into your feelings. Some of you may be like, Ashley, what the heck are you even talking about? How can you lean into a feeling? Well, have you ever tried a new food and before even putting it in your mouth, you're already coming up with all of the reasons why you don't like it, and it feels like your body is physically rejecting that thing? There's a part of your brain that is psychologically psyching yourself out, and you're already telling yourself that you don't like something before you've even tried it. On the flip side of that, if you opened yourself up to the experience of trying something new without any preconceived opinions about it, then your experience would be totally different. Similarly with your feelings. Has there ever been a time when an unwanted feeling arose and it felt like the more you resisted, the more it persisted? Because I know I've experienced that. All feelings, however uncomfortable and painful they may be, must be felt. I know that may not be what you want to hear, but take it from me. I have had my fair share of wishing that a feeling would just go away and leave me alone. They never do. There is a natural ebb and flow to all feelings. No feeling is forever. This I find to be a consolation when I'm all hunky-dory, but I can't seem to believe when I'm in the middle of a storm. I am still working on that. I found that leaning into my feelings and allowing them to set up shop in my body has stirred up a lot less resistance, and the feeling seems to go away naturally on its own. Once I've actually taken a second to acknowledge the feeling's presence, understand its origin, and allow it to run its course, I come to accept that this feeling existed for a reason. Feelings are really just an indication of the state of our internal world. They let us know how we are affected by our external environment. And while we may not want to feel these painful feelings, they are actually very necessary because they pinpoint us to the things that we must change for the better. Yes, we cannot change how something makes us feel, but we can change our involvement with the thing that brought us pain in the first place. Over that, we have control. I noticed that when I lean into my feelings, I not only do the leaning mentally, but I also do it physically. Lately, I've been more aware of the tension that I carry in my upper body. My shoulders are up, my core is tight, and my back is tense. It feels as though my entire body is shriveling up so that I can hide away and mope in the darkness with my feelings. My precious. But when I lean in, I release as much control of my muscles as I can, and I allow myself to just fully feel the feels. Most of the time I cry, but I find that after sobbing a storm, I always feel a lot better. Crying has been proven to be the thing that always makes me feel better, and yet I seem to be so resistant to it because it feels like if I start crying, I will never stop. Also working on this. And I realized that keeping all of my emotions in and pretending like they didn't exist created a lot of negative energy in my body. All that energy has to go somewhere, right? Crying was a form of release for me that allowed all of that negative built-up energy to exit my body through tears and sobs and wails. All of them glorious goody sob moments. And let's just take it a step further and personify these feelings for a moment. Nobody likes to be ignored, right? Can I get an amen? Amen! Thank you. So if these feelings were human and we consistently ignored them and shoved them in the closet, they probably wouldn't be very happy, now would they? I'm gonna take a wild guess and say no. And they would probably even become a little bit resentful of you for hiding them away and feeling ashamed of them. So it makes sense then that eventually they would come bursting out of the closet, throwing the wildest tantrum you ever did see. Although we may not like some of our feelings, we should make it a regular practice to show kindness, patience, and love to all of them. Treat them as lovely guests in our home and send them off when they're ready to go on their way.
Goodbye.
The whole idea behind leaning into your feelings is creating a safe space for yourself where you're refraining from self-judgment, criticism, and shame. If you think about it, we are so much nicer to everyone else, and yet we sometimes forget to show that same kindness to the most important person in our lives, ourselves. We can be downright mean and nasty to ourselves sometimes. It's kind of scary, but it's also a huge wake-up call. Because how can we possibly form loving, healthy relationships with good communication and boundaries if we fail to do that with ourselves? Your life is a reflection of your internal world. Everything starts in here. Well, that's all I have for you, lovelies. I just wanted to thank you again for joining me this week. I love you. I appreciate you and your time, attention, and presence. From the bottom of my big old sappy heart, it really means so much to me. Have a beautilicious weekend, my loves. And stay sunny.